Hello class, welcome back. So we're gonna continue talking about the Cascade style sheet, and especially the external style sheet, not the embedded and the inline style, because we can do a lot more with that. Now, so far we talked with the Cascade type is actually the tag or element part of applying style to, which is its select part. I can do a paragraph. I do a paragraph. Let me explain to you. If I do a paragraph tag just like this, and I said text align right, just for the fun of it, and I close it, save it, what happened to all paragraph tags? So let me explain. So look at here. So all these so far are left online. So if I refresh, they'll be all right aligned. So be careful when kind of you want to do that. So if you just want to do one paragraph tag to be right aligned, then actually can create what we call it a class selector or a class style. So let me go ahead and fix this first. So I'll explain to you how the class style actually works. So the class style works with an ID attribute. So if there's any element or any tag you work with, you can give it an ID name, as I explained to you before, and based on that ID I can create a class and for that particular tag or element and apply that format to it. And that could be for different kind of tags. That could be for headings, or it could be for paragraph, or it could be for div tags. So to give actually a style ID, we have to start with the pound sign, which is similarly what we've done with the anchor. Then we give it the name, which was kind of say, let's say paragraph. What the hell? Let's follow the book. That's para 1, just like we're gonna follow the book. And that para 1, I'm gonna open the brackets. I'm gonna say here, I'm just gonna do a color red. So I'm just gonna, we already did that. Then close it. So whatever I want to apply this, all I have to do, apply the given ID name para 1. So let me explain. So we save that. I go back to my browser, refresh. Now I go back to default. But I want to add that I want to go back here. I want to say this people of Washington, maybe the economy, I want it to be red. The economy section, the paragraph, I want it to be red. So what I'm going to do is in my Node++ pad here, I go to index.html. I'm gonna go to, what did I say, the economy, and in front of the I'd add an attribute to that paragraph tag, and that attribute called simple ID quotation mark para 1. So now the program is then actually this see this ID here and apply the format to it. I want to make sure all the names are correct. Para 1 here and para 1 there, then that should work. So go back to my browser, excuse me, refresh, and you can see that paragraph is red. I can add it to the industry, so I can give the exact same name to here and apply it. So you just see there's multiple ways of doing that. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this because I don't need it. So first I'm gonna delete the ID name from this one because I'm gonna work with something else. Then I'm save it. Then I'm gonna delete this stuff here because I don't really need it. Control S to save. The next thing I'm gonna talk about is the third type of style, which we actually call the class style. The class style always starts with a period, not a pound sign and not a plain. Plain only for tag elements like H1, H3, H2, paragraph, even table, even the UL. All these are tag element styles. And the pound signs is actually for ID, for the paragraphs or the tag names. This one is a class style, which is more powerful because it can be applied anywhere to any part of the paragraph or any part of the words, even any part of the letters. For instance, so I'm gonna probably add a dot here, I'm gonna say, I start with the dot because actually this is a class style. I'm gonna say another keyword is just something like I want to say red. So you're just gonna call it red. Then quotation mark here, and I'm gonna say color red. This indicates, so I'm gonna apply color red to whatever I want it to. So Control S to save. Now I can apply the color red to the entire paragraph if I want to, or just part of that paragraph. So I'll explain. So let's go back to the same paragraph. Now to add that particular class style into the paragraph or any tag, simply type class equal quotation mark and type red, just like that. Okay, nothing else, no dots, just like this, and see what happens. Maybe red is not a good thing to do, but let's try it. We might have to change that. So refresh, should stay red, don't you think? And it does stay red. So I don't want the entire thing. I probably want to do maybe a part of that paragraph red. To do this, it's not as easy, but it's also very intuitive, very nice to work with. I'm gonna go back to my Node++, and I'm gonna cut this because I'm gonna create what I call a span tag. Span tag, you can add that tag anywhere you want to. I'm gonna say lumber. I want to do lumber as just the red style. So I add the span tag here, just like that, and I'm gonna come back to it, and I'm gonna close the span tag here. It's a span just to allow me to do anything I want for that particular letter. So I'm gonna do here, add my class red. So save it, go back to my browser and refresh, and you can see only lumber is actually red. I can extend that, I can shorten that. So that's the kind of things I can actually work with. So now I'm going to go ahead and continue applying this information to the stuff I'm going to work with. Now I'm on page 25 of your handout. So I'm going to add a class style called .text, and I'm going to close it. That's good practice. Then I'm going to add an ID style called ball. Then I'm gonna close it. In between, I'm gonna start adding tags. So right here, I'm gonna say font weight. I can say bold or bolder. And I would say background color. Let's say orange. Make sure you could spell it correctly. So for the ID, again, the ID only works with tags. I'm gonna say text align center and font style italic. Let's scroll down. Okay, and quotation mark. Semicolon. I'm gonna save this. So I'm gonna go to the index right here. I can do it to either one. I'm gonna go to my very first paragraph and Washington, what it says, Washington State here. I'm gonna add the class ID here, and it should usually let me know what it is. It's right here. Text. Close it. Control S to save. I'm gonna go back and test see if that works. Refresh. I removed all the other stuff first, and you can see now it made it bold and orange color. Then I'm gonna go back to my index and add my second tag, which is actually an ID. It says add attribute to the third paragraph. This is paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, and here I want to add an ID, and the ID is going to be called ball. Control S to save and refresh. So this one is italic. I can shrink the margin, I can do a little bit more, but this is actually very good. So I'm gonna stop for now. And the book talked about combining code if they have the similar syntax, and you should be fine with that. Let me pause and make sure. Okay, we're end with this chapter 4, and we next time we'll come back and we'll have much more fun with chapter 5. Okay, have a good one. Bye bye.